What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Movie Emporium's TV review of Snowpiercer Season 4, Episode 9, called Dominant Traits. This is directed by Christoph Schrewe. Well, no one really died outside of a couple of sniper elite soldiers that are, of course, of Nima's ilk. This was an episode that has to get to the conclusion of the series. It's just not a very good one. I know people hate me for why am I watching this show. We're only 2 episodes away now. 1 episode is this review. I'm gonna barrel through it. I can't understand what happened, but there is a battle going on. It involves 1 sniper instead of a whole elite soldier group, which is what it should be. And then later on, there's a battle sequence that feels cheap and kind of, you can tell, is low budget, where all the characters are doing kind of the Patriot, the Mel Gibson movie thing where they're fighting against one another. And I mean, I guess for what it's worth, it's at least they did something action wise in this episode. It doesn't deter the fact that they did a disservice to Wilford, which doesn't look like he's coming back at this point. I'm pretty sure he's dead. Aleks finds out officially that he's dead. Of course, Melanie finds out he's dead. And yeah, that's kind of a shame for Sean Bean, because he deserves better. Even in the villainous role, I think that was a pretty cheap death. Who knows if he'll be back? Maybe somebody mentioned maybe this is the lead into the movie, which wouldn't make any sense. But they'll do whatever they have to do to finish this series out. But Nima has, of course, Snowpiercer. He, of course, is going to set off the bomb. That is going to create more new Edens, and as we learn, it will be a poisonous affair. People will not be able to breathe, according to Aleks. And yeah, Nima is that bad guy that will push, that he thinks he's doing the right thing for very much the wrong reasons. And he thinks he's smart, but of course Melanie and Aleks are smarter, and they devise a plan, as well as the New Eden crew devise a plan to stop Nima. But not before, the sniper battle. Not before Javi goes up and jams the bombs or whatever. And then not before, Bosk is hurt and has to be given blood transfusions by Josie. Not before, Aleks destroys the computer. There's a lot of not befores, to be fairly honest. It's not a terrible episode. I act like it's like the worst thing in the world, but there are worse things out there, to be fairly honest, to watch. And the problem with it is that it needs another season. I've said that before. It needs another season. It needs to expand Nima's role. It needs to expand Milius's role. It needs to have Wilford never come back, to be fairly honest. They should have just left him dead. Because once again, Sean B's just given nothing to do in this. All he's given to do is just bring back Wilford, to have him smoke a poisonous cigarette or whatever. I don't know. But once again, it's spinning its wheels. Josie and Ruth have a talk, and Josie's very much not dealing with it very well because of the experiments that the doctor did on her, and how her blood and all that stuff, as we saw earlier in the season. Which really still doesn't make a lot of sense on what's going on. Like, apparently, I'm just assuming, this is just my assumption, that Josie's blood is able to cure everything. That she has, like, the curable blood of the world or some nonsense. I don't know. I thought the blood was maybe for the fact that she could deal with the cold temperatures. But it feels like it was just the blood that can heal everybody, because of course Boss needed the blood because he's dying. At some point he got hit by the sniper. I don't know, it just kind of happens. Of course we have Bess and Layton and Oz trying to stop the sniper, and of course Oz is a deterrent to help to stop the sniper, but he gets distracted because he hears the woman mercenary guard on the radio and realizes that's the person who's been talking to him. If it ends up being LJ, I'm gonna be not happy, because she died by choking on a eyeball. So it feels like that once again, it feels like another character wasted. I mean, what was the point of Oz's character outside of just finding that, the one character, one guy who lost his arm, who's completely disappeared from the series, to the whole idea of Roche and stuff like that. Their characters in this season feel like such a waste. Like, Ruth feels like such a waste. Josie feels like such a waste. Melanie, she disappears through half the season for reasons, I'm sure, of Jennifer Connelly's individual. You bring back Wilford. You have this Nima character. You have Milius, Clark Gregg, who do nothing for this series. Nima is now just like a terribly written villain. It's just really bad. And then they throw another wrench into the mix. An episode before the series ends, the donor of Aleks was Nima. What? What? Like, you don't even, you spend all this time and you make us feel, oh, Nima is this bad guy and he kind of has a history with Melanie, but we didn't. This is the first season with this character. In the 9th episode of the series, you're just gonna throw out this like weird spitball of an idea of like, he was the donor, so therefore he's your father, and we got to go up and distract him. And then she does that, and she talks to him about being the father and, you know, the traits of the kids passed on by the parents. And then, like, she's doing this to distract us so Melanie can do something with the car and try and figure out everything. And then she comes down, talks to Melanie, and says, "Yep, she." I didn't have any subtitles, so I didn't know exactly what she said. But it sounded like she said, "Yep, he's not my father." Okay, so is that like, you know, he doesn't act like her father? Like, what? You know, we hear the whole explanation about how she kind of wanted a kid and she wanted, you know, responsibilities of a kid, but he didn't want it, and they went their separate ways. And I hate characters like Nima. I hate characters when they do this kind of stuff, because it feels like, you know, we have to explain the whole scenario of what her relationship or parentage is, which never really was an interesting idea to begin with. You know, just Aleks be the daughter of Melanie. Like, the father just doesn't need to be connected to Nima or anybody. Why can't it just be some random guy that she met? And I don't know. I don't know, because the series just wants to ask you things and put things out there and expect you to like them. And the whole idea of Nima being her father is just stupid and illogical. And, you know, you need a character to be her father. It's like the whole Rey thing in the Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, she's Palpatine's, you know, spoiler alert, she's Palpatine's daughter or granddaughter. It's just like, sometimes you just need to think through the things you're talking about and the ideas you're being presented, because you're not helping your series at all. And there we go. Nima has a kid. Like, really? That's what we're doing? And if you say in the comments, well, it's, you're just kind of complaining, I'm like, just think about it logically. Like, does she really need Nima as her father? Does she need a father? You know, Wilford's as close of a father as she had, but does she need a major character from a series to be her father? Why can't it just be some random guy? I know I repeat that, but it's so stupid. It's a lot of things that this series does that just is baffling, you know, especially this season. It's just, you know, once they take the train, Big Al, because they somehow jumped over the tracks or something like that, or they jumped over the switch track. I don't think trains can do that. Maybe I'm missing something, but it's just weird. And then on top of everything, the people that they're fighting, the guards don't even have bullets, so it's a distraction for Nima to get Big Alice so he can, you know, set off the rockets. It feels like Last Stop is going to be a stopping at Nima, and then they're going to go off and hopefully figure out the formula problem. I think that's what it's coming down to. I think that's how it's going to conclude. Will Nima die? I don't know. Maybe he'll be put in jail or something like that. But they're going to use the Djibouti camp or whatever, and they're going to figure out how to make it better. And maybe there'll be a time jump and like the world is healing or some nonsense. But at this moment, the chemical that, you know, Nima is spraying into the air is the reason that, you know, Aleks had nosebleeds, because she's shooting poison into the air to stop this situation that he created. And I also just don't like the fact that, oh, he was a good guy once. It's like, was he really ever a good guy? Be honest, was he ever? No, probably not. You can say he was a good guy, got corrupted, I guess, but it's a lot of like very tropey stuff, to be fairly honest. And, you know, once again, the town of New Eden gets the upper hand. They're able to board the train as Nima takes off. Of course, Melanie and Aleks disappear into the fog until the next episode. And I don't know. I know this is like me complaining, but you know, it's a low budgeted sci-fi high concept TV series that has to work within the frames of probably $1 million or $2 per episode, maybe less than that. And unfortunately, the wasted potential really shows, and it's always kind of shown. But once again, I think when you're in the second or third season, I think some of the stuff really does work. There are problems, and I think Leighton he tries to lead this group, and you know, they try to make him like important, but you know, it's just another random guy that is supposed to be important to us and kind of feels wasted, and everybody else feels wasted. And I don't know, that's pretty much the episode. Just there's a battle with the sniper, similar like Saving Private Ryan or something like that. The battle with the sniper, then there's, you know, them getting hit with like grenades of like smoke that puts people out and knocks out Oz, and then of course they battle all these like soldiers that don't have bullets. Nima, the father situation, and then of course it leads to them boarding the train again. So there we go. It's another boarding the train to stop the train to do whatever they have to do. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the episode. I mean, New Eden, I guess if I have positive, New Eden looks pretty cool. It's always looked pretty cool. The idea of like the trains of Big Alice or whatever, the trains that kind of wrapped around it and all that good stuff. So we'll see. Once again, I don't think the next episode is going to be a good series finale, but we'll see how it plays out. So with that said, to kind of conclude, it's just not a very good episode. It really isn't. Doesn't do a lot to excite me in that justification. The characters are very stilted. The dialogue is very campy and happiness or whatever that word is called. I don't know. I'm a little flustered. Like I said, I went into this fourth season really excited. Now I'm just kind of sad that this is the way it ends, like Rise of Skywalker. So for my final score, I'm just going to give this like a 6 out of 10. You know, it does what it can for the budget it's given, but it's just not very good. So 6 out of 10 for the 9th episode of Season 4 of Snowpiercer, which is called Dominant Traits. At least that title's somewhat, you know, makes sense. But yeah, there you go. Anyways, with that said, thank you so much for watching this video, this review, this spoiler discussion for Dominant Traits, the 9th episode of the 4th season of Snowpiercer. Comments below. Let me know what you think of the episode. Let me know where you think the series finale is going to go. All that good stuff. Just let me know what you think. So there you go. Anyways, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out, guys.